In Grants Pass, members of the Family Redwood Park are celebrating the city's very first resident-owned community. Newswatch 12's Rocky Walker is at the celebration, and he's with one of the residents right now. Rocky, what can you tell us about the park?
Brinkley, I'm here at the celebration for Grants Pass' first resident-owned community. That community is the Redwood Family Park, formerly known as the Redwood Mobile Estates. I'm joined by Bernice Maya. She's the secretary on the board for the cooperative, and she's a resident of the park. Thank you so much for joining me, Bernice.
Thank you for inviting me.
So, this has been a long process. Going back to the beginning, what was that moment like when all of the residents saw that the park was going up for sale?
So it was definitely frightening. It was April 8th when we received the notice on a Saturday weekend, so it was definitely shocking news. Kind of just brought up a lot of questions and what was going to happen to the park, and knowing that there was going to be a big seller behind it ready to sign off paperwork, so it definitely gave us a little bit of a scare, not knowing exactly what was going to happen, especially with like rent increase and how it would affect us living there.
And, it's almost a year later now. It's such a long process. Could you fill me in a little bit on what that process was like, and was there any doubt that came in the residents' minds?
So yes, there was a lot of opinions, residents, and that had with a little bit of faith. Some of them were just like a little bit of negative. So at the beginning there was a lot of confusion, definitely doubt when we were kind of started working with CASA and letting us know if there was any funding left throughout the year. So just kind of going on and on with months, not really verifying we were going to having the funding, they were going to come up with the money. Just kind of really had us on the string. So it was definitely nerve-wracking.
And lastly, what was that feeling like the moment you were all told you guys now own this community and there's a level of safety? What's the feeling of having that legacy for your future family and for the rest of the city?
So, like I said, it was just months and months of kind of not sure if we were going to have the funding, the grants, the support in the community. So just getting the news saying yes, we can finally own the park was a huge impact we all had, especially being a bilingual community, just having that language barrier and different thoughts. It was just great, and just having that support from our community, our resources, it definitely gave us like a relief knowing that we can finally, own the park and not have to worry about within a couple of years being kicked out or the rents going off completely to the roof.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Bernice. I really appreciate it. Make sure to stay tuned for Newswatch 12 at 11, where I'll be able to tell you guys a little bit more about the logistics behind all of this, as well as hear from another resident. But for now, reporting live in Grants Pass, Rocky Walker, Newswatch 12.